Oh, okay. We are back, man. We are back. And bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Everybody is here at the party. Alright. How's it going, folks? How's it going? You already know the waves, and you for sure already know the vibes. It is Zachariah White, a.k.a. Big Daddy Drip. Back at it like it's nothing with this drip and the sauce, cause I am the boss. I am back, man. We are here, and y'all already know. Y'all see the setup. You know, y'all see me on cam. I ain't got no gameplay in the backgrounds. Now we got the music playing in the background, all right. But of course, things are a little different, man. We have another episode of the Royal High Table. All right, the Royal High Table. We got that going on for ourselves. All right, and I think this is episode 38, if I am not mistaken. Episode number 38. All right, and I have some stuff for you guys. All right, just the overall format. Y'all know how I like to get into my warm questions, and then I like to get into my hot topic shit. All right, or it's not really hot topic. Well, okay. This time around, it might be. But anyway, right? For like the warm up, the build up questions, I have, let me see. Definitely I've got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I got 3 of them. And then for like I guess the greater in-depth topics, you know, the stuff that like I went and found a little bit more information on, I went through and I got 2 of those for ourselves on this particular occasion. All right. But listen, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. All right. Now, granted, it's 11:41 at this moment. So pretty soon it's going to be Wednesday. Whatever day that you guys happen to come across this video, or just whatever day in general, man, like I just hope that you guys are having an awesome day. but oh yeah, this was like just some other information. All right, so you know, for anybody that happens to be watching the video versions, you're definitely going to see me looking off a whole bunch of different areas. All right, that's because for this particular camera right here that I got, this camera right here. All right, basically this camera is going to be catching all of the content from start to finish. All right, this is the full deluxe version of this particular episode of the Royal High Table. All right, and for this particular camera that I have right off here, right off to the side. All right, this is for this particular camera, or not even camera, audio, whatever. You know, I'm going to essentially use this computer to cut up the content into sections so that I'm able to get out this content to Spotify, Anchor, and all the other podcasting platforms, you know, that exist within the world that we love to go ahead and upload to. All right. Now, again, I already laid out, you know, everything that we got going on for this particular episode, but there is one thing that I did forget to do. There's one thing I did. Well, I'm not even gonna say forgot to do, because obviously I got it on my mind, you know, and I'm about to let y'all know about it. But it is the Royal High Table for a reason. All right. So everybody is a king or queen, god or goddess, emperor or empress, boss, whatever. Everybody has their own lane. Everybody has something that's theirs, that's their shit. All right, whether or not they know it or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that life is about many different things, but it's about us figuring that out. However, whenever y'all come over here and y'all chop it up, and you know, we break bread, we sip the wine, we kiki, we ha. All right, y'all make sure that you bring your crowns. Y'all make sure that you bring it and you wear it for yourselves. You bring it, you wear it for who and what you represent, and you bring and you wear it to let the entire world, to let the entire galaxy, to let the entire universe, to let everybody know what the fuck is up. All right. Now, with that being said, allow me to go ahead and lead the way. They thinking how we get this far. We was just down by 3 and they thought we took a loss. Yes. I'm telling you, y'all, it looks amazing each time I put it on my head, man. Hold up. But I don't know. But okay, it looks amazing. But every time there's always something that ends up getting messed up, man. My hair don't look right, or I got the crown all sideways or whatever. Hold up. My heart getting cold. But only Lord knows. Dedicated, determined, and disciplined. All right, let me chill. All right, it's time for us to actually go ahead and get into business. But even before I do that, I know that I talked a good bit of stuff. But again, I do want to continue to always keep reiterating that I'm very, very appreciative of you guys, taking time out of your day to come and spend time with me. Whatever the amount of time that may happen to be, whether it be a second, minute, hour, the whole thing. Either way, I'm very, very appreciative of it. All right. Again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But let's go ahead and get right into it. You already know the waves and you definitely know the vibes, man. All right. So, DJ Big Daddy Drip. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and mute that. Now I'm playing. I'm going to stop it. All right. But the very, very first thing that we have on our particular agenda, the very, very first question, the very, very first topic, the very first whatever, just to start off the discussion, all right? The very first question, and again, you guys, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, if you happen to come across this on social media, wherever it is that you happen to be coming across this, remember, any questions that I post myself, or my fault, I'm not even going to say pose myself. Any questions that's thrown out, you guys feel free to leave a comment on it. And also, if there's, anything that you agree with, anything that I say that you agree with or disagree with, also feel free to let it be known. Go ahead and say a little bit of something too. But anyway, right? We have this very first question, which is, what was the last movie that you went to? All right. Or what was the last... Okay, damn. Okay. I hadn't even broke the question like that. This is how I'm gonna break down the question. All right. What was the last movie that you've seen? What was the last movie that you physically went to? And what did you think about the movie? All right. And also, by the way, I'd like to give a big shout out to Sign Up Genius, because this is where I actually got the question from. So again, big shout outs to Sign Up Genius, all right, for this particular question. Now, when I first initially came across this question, I answered the question within under the frame of what was the last movie that I had actually seen. And even then, I'm not gonna lie, as I'm looking at my answer, I'm being a little untruthful, but allow me to explain. All right. So the very last movie that I've seen, at least what I have here for in my notes, it was The Transporter. All right. That's the last time that actually I remember I was on YouTube one day. I had just got through. I think I was just finished up an assignment and I was getting ready to eat dinner, and I threw on The Transporter just because I got tired of watching my typical stuff on YouTube, and I'll say one, of course, for those who don't know, because surprisingly enough, people I remember I was speaking with some of my friends one time, and they didn't know who the hell Jason Statham was, and I was like, what? That's crazy. But yes, The Transporter is just all of the Transporters. They're relatively old at this point, but they're definitely goodies. But as far as what I thought overall, I thought that these were some pretty bomb, dope ass movies. I love the old school action stuff. All right, now of course the first the parts that really stuck out to me, the intro. All right, it's something about the intro It's something about the intro that I don't feel like it matches up. There's something about it that doesn't match up with what happened in the rest of the the rest of the film. All right, and for those who don't know, essentially the way how the movie starts out with Jason Statham's character. He comes to the aid of these people who are pulling off a bank robbery, a heist. And what ultimately he's like, what's it called, Jason Statham's character is like, he has like set rules that he established at the negotiation, and the bank robbers were trying to deviate from it, you know, like it was something like they're like they came and you know, they were like, hey man, I need you to drive. And he was like, no, the agreement was that we were going to essentially I was going to, you know, drive. I think hold up. It was I'm going to be the getaway driver for three three of you guys right there, and there was like four of them, and he was like, yeah, my car is not equipped for it, you know, you got the extra dude, there's extra weight, and we're not going to be able to get away from the police, and I can't make the proper maneuvers to go ahead and evade them and all this other sort of shit. But he was very like, you know, like by the book, strict by the rules type shit about it, and what the leader or whoever it was that was in charge had to make an executive decision, shot one of his people right in the head, and they threw his ass out the car, and they just kept fucking going. And it was something about it. It was like, I think it's not so much the action. I think it wasn't very, I wouldn't say it was like the most glorious thing that I've seen, but like I think that was the only time that we had seen somebody like get shot in the head. And they show all the detail that it did. So I don't know. Maybe that's the only thing that didn't align with the rest of the movie. But outside of that, though, the movie was still pretty good. Of course, I'm a big fan of action movies, especially the action movies where it's like, of course, big badass, and then not only that, he's got the girlfriend, and there's a little bit of romance going on and all that other sort of shit. So, you know, it's like again, the badass with the awesome feminine woman. Like, bro, this shit, that shit's amazing, man. I always love those type of movies. But not only that, again, like this movie came out like early 2000s. And so, of course, the how do I say this? The graphics, the quality of it, of course, is not going to be it's not to the standard of which, you know, our current movies are currently made. But I love it still. It doesn't take away from the movie whatsoever. It gives it that old school feeling, like the movies that I used to watch. You know, I guess the quality of the movies that I used to watch when I was, you know, growing up. You know, when people of my generation were growing up still, you know, and we caught it on TV, we caught it in the movie theaters, and, you know, and we could tell what's what. But actually, that wasn't even the last movie that I've actually seen. The last movie that I saw was Spider-Man Into the Verse, just this past Saturday. But of course, excuse me. I think I've already talked about Spider-Man Into the Verse before in past episodes. So I won't go too far into it. But definitely, I will say, superhero movies, I always loved them. There's always something very, very motivational about them, especially Marvel superhero movies, or I guess Marvel related superhero movies, because I don't know if Into the Verse is really considered that, but whatever. Let's see, but of course, the two most impactful scenes, the two most meaningful scenes, was, damn, I'm not even, okay. Now, I guess technically this is still two scenes. One, when Spider-Man, like the first Spider-Man dies. And like I'll say that whole section, like Kingpin killing Spider-Man, and then Miles Morales getting back home, and then, you know, the entire city finding out that Spider-Man is dead, and then not only that, the I'm Not Scared with Lil Wayne and Ty Dolla $ign being played. Like, yo, it hit, man. Like, listen, I didn't like I haven't seen a movie in theaters, but I can only imagine that shit would fucking go dumb litty hard, bro. It would hit super hard in a movie theater. But definitely, every time I see that scene, man, that hits me in my soul. That gets like it's sad, but definitely it gets me in that mode. Like, yeah, I want to go out and be a superhero, cause bro, they done got my dog, man. They done put him in the freaking dirt, bro. They done took my dog Spider-Man from me. No, but for real though, it does that. I guess that particular component, the loss, the devastation, it sort of kind of fuels from, I guess, adds fuel to a certain fire, and it's like, yeah, no, now it's time for me to step up, because yo, we definitely need somebody to fill this void. And then there was another scene. Of course, this was when I'm not even gonna say pause. I'm not even gonna say scene. I'm gonna just say section overall. This was the second section that was like really impactful was when Uncle Aaron had died. Ooh, Uncle Aaron died. They end up going back to the dorm, and they're like, yo, you not coming. They tell Miles Morales, yo, you not ready, you not coming. If you can't fight back, if you can't hit me with none of your special abilities, bro, you stand your ass here. He hadn't figured it out yet. And then they webbed to, I'm not gonna say they, but whoever the other Peter Parker webbed him up, tied him to the chair, and then he had to listen to his father come through, and his father, had another bro, he was talking to the soul, talking to the heart, man. And not only that, like that, well, that it fueled if of course, okay, my fault, y'all, for stuttering, but after that moment, after the loss and after that talk, and Miles Morales was ready for anything at that point, man. He was ready to take the leap of faith. He got all his powers, man, and I guess the main thing is okay. I'm trying to figure out. I don't mean to keep like, because I always keep talking about pageants. I always find a way to keep talking about my life. And my apologies for being very narcissistic, or whatever, any of those like-minded adjectives. But it was something about that, like, of course, not only like he suffered like a personal loss, and then of course he's gone through a good period of the movie, good period of that particular time where he didn't quite know how to fucking live up to Spider-Man, and then he had like it was something like an epiphany, a moment of realization, something. Just there was a moment where everything clicked, and from that point forward, it was up and stuck for Kingpin, for Doc, whatever, Doc Ock, Liv, whatever the fuck they call that girl. It was up for the one dude with the guns. It was up for the Scorpion dude. It was up for everybody, man. It was up for everybody. so those two scenes, excuse me, definitely the ones that stuck out the most within the movie. And overall, listen, I enjoyed that movie. I don't know where I would rank it. Where would I rank it in terms of? I'm not gonna hold you. It's not. It might be top 3 Spider-Man movies. It might be top 3 Spider-Man movies. I'm gonna say, but Spider-Man, No Way Home, that by far takes the cake. Spider-Man No Way Home, nothing is beating that. Nothing is beating that. But yeah, no. Into the Verse, Spider-Man Into the Verse, it definitely could qualify for top 3, at least of the Spider-Man movies. So that's what I think of those movies. And then I'll answer like the last movie that I went to go see. Funny enough, I'm talking a good bit about Marvel, guys. The last movie that I happened to like, that I actually went to go see in person, was Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, or Madness into the Multiverse, or some shit like that. Whatever. I feel like it's a long title, or maybe it's not a long title. It just has too many compound words thrown up in there, so it's like, what the fuck? But either way, I need to get that movie on disc, because that movie was also pretty fucking gas. it was amazing. But I don't even know if I mentioned this on camera. I know I definitely told this to a couple people before though. But I definitely enjoyed the movie. I think I like Doctor Strange, like that Doctor Strange, more than I like the first one. Although I will say, like, that the movie, I remember, like, what's it called? I went to go see it with my girlfriend, and also big shout outs to Naples. I don't even know what the name of the movie theaters down there in Naples is called. But there's one of them where you get to see it in 4D Max or some shit, and the seats move, and it's like you're on like one of those Universal Simulator roller coasters. So we got the full experience with the movie. But I remember I was telling my girlfriend, as we was leaving the movie theaters, and we was talking. I remember telling her, I was like, yo, the movie is awesome, but yo, I feel like they mixed the superhero movie, and then they threw, like, I feel like this is a mix between a superhero movie and a horror movie. And even more specifically, I feel like this is like, well, not I feel like, I think this movie's a mix between, more specifically, a superhero movie, like whatever, Doctor Strange, and The Conjuring. Because some of the shit that, like, WandaVision was doing, granted, my apologies, I had not seen WandaVision. I had not seen the show, but I didn't need to see the show in order to to comprehend the movie. All right. I heard enough about it just on TikTok, just through friends talking about it, as to where it's like I could get a grasp of like why things were the way that they, I guess why things were sort of kind of the way how they were. Even though the funny thing is, I don't even feel like I needed the whatever information that I got fed about WandaVision. I don't feel like the movie was that complicated to the point where you needed to go see that. And it's funny enough because, one of the common things said about the movie was that before you go see the movie, you need to watch WandaVision, and I do not agree with that. But anyway, I definitely feel like, I definitely think that Doctor Strange was a mix between, like, Doctor Strange, a superhero movie, and The Conjuring. That, like, some of this, it just seems like some of the stuff that WandaVision is doing, it would be some of the same shit you would see Annabelle do. Some of the same shit you would see La Llorona. Some of the same shit you'd see Bathsheba. Some of the same shit that you see Valak do. Like that, like those characters in Conjuring, like that's what WandaVision, Scarlet Witch, that's what she was doing. And it's like, what the like, I remember this, right? I was telling my girlfriend this, or really I was telling whoever it is that I happened to talk to about this. I was like, yo, tell me why, right? Tell me why, right? Tell me why. When Scarlet Witch went to go fight, what's her name? Like, she went to go fight. I don't even. They're not the Avengers. I think they call them the Illuminati in the movie, right? Tell me why. They're going to go fight the Illuminati, and the Illuminati, they're they got Doctor Strange all bounded up, and it's leading me to think that, okay, well, like the Illuminati can hold their own, right? Okay, they talking big, they're talking big. I sort of kind of seen what Scarlet Witch is capable of or whatever, but okay, they talking shit, so maybe I'm gonna give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And Scarlet Witch, bro, I don't know what homeboy that you know, can say a word and the word will mess around and disintegrate whoever. Like, yo, Scarlet Witch fucked him up without even having to touch him. All right, just blew his brains right out. You know, blew his brains out the back of his head. Mr. Fantastic shredded him down without having to do much of anything, without having to move. And then now, yo, she fucked Captain America or whoever that universe, whatever. Captain Britain, whatever her name is, fucked her up so bad that they didn't even show her body. They didn't even, y'all, listen, when have y'all ever seen somebody get fucked up in a Marvel movie so bad that they didn't even show the body? Like, come on, bro. You're like, we've seen so many. They didn't even show the body, bro. Listen, yo, Scarlet Witch sent the shield right through Peggy's like midsection. They didn't even show that shit, man. Come on. And then not only that, yo, the black girl, she was talking the most shit. I think that was their version of Captain Marvel, talking the most shit. Got her shit fucked up. Just everybody just got fucked up, bro. And then okay, I don't know. I had not seen the again, I hadn't read the Marvel comics. So I'm pretty sure within the comics they reveal that, okay, well, upon, you know, somewhere along the lines within Scarlet Witch's journey, of course, she gets very, very powerful. I mean, I came under the understanding that she ended up getting the Darkhold, and of course that made her even more powerful. But yo, like, to the point where, like, bro, this is not even, like, I'm dead ass, like, I get that we got superheroes, but this is like, again, this is like you just let Annabelle just run loose on everybody. Like, what the fuck, bro? And then not only that, I don't even think I've seen Scarlet Witch throw a punch. Like, I don't think I've seen her throw a punch. I don't even know if Doctor Strange threw a punch. Like, this is crazy. What the it's borderline, y'all, it may border, now that I'm like I'm saying these thoughts out loud, this might not even be a superhero movie. This might low-key be a scary movie. It might be a scary movie. Damn near rated R type shit. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it. Nonetheless, like, y'all, I'm doing so much talking, and I keep referencing Conjuring. But y'all, like, one, don't interpret it as shit talking, because yo, like, I have all the Conjuring movies, so I can't hate. So even though I'm talking all this talking, it may sound a certain kind of way. I obviously gotta like Conjuring, or, you know, or be fond of it enough to go ahead and get damn near all of the freaking movies. So no. Nonetheless, it was very. I like it, and I think that's probably the reason why it's sort of kind of catching me off guard, is because it's something different. That's perhaps the main thing. It was very, very different than, you know, from all the other movies. So, you know, those are basically my thoughts for all three of those movies. All right, the Transporter, Spider-Man Into the Verse, and the new Doctor Strange movie that just came out this past summer. But also, again, guys, for anything, I know that I've been talking on, you know, for a good bit of time. But you guys, if y'all have any comments, anything of that sort, you know, about it, any of what I just said, yo, leave it down in the comment section below, man. I love to chit chat and go back and forth. And also, yo, if not only that, y'all feel free to answer the question yourselves. The question, again, just to reiterate, came from Sign Up Genius, and it was, what was the last movie that you went to? And also, like, I'll say, let me modify it. What was the last movie that you physically went to? All right, that's part one. What was the last movie that you've seen in general? Again, meaning that you did not necessarily have to, like, go to the movie theaters to see it. All right, and then also part three, what did you think of, you know, think of either of these movies? You know, I mean, y'all, like, the part A and part B could be the same question to you guys, depending on, you know, what the last movie is that you saw. But again, yo, feel free to go ahead and answer the question. All right. Now I will say this. Now for this camera right here, I'm going to record, let it play out. We still going to keep it going. But for this camera right here, all right, or this recording device, I'll say just overall in general, I am going to go ahead and cut the footage right here just so that it's not too long. And I'm able to, again, upload it to, well, one, I'm able to, it's short enough to where I can convert it to an audio file and then again, get it out to all the different platforms, what's it called? The podcasting platforms. All right. So for this particular camera, well, one, y'all are troopers. Stay with me for this camera. Thank y'all so much. I will catch you guys in literally like 2 seconds. All right. I also got to grab the charger so that my computer doesn't die out. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to part 1. Thank everybody. All right. And I'll catch you in a little bit. Ooh, hold up, y'all. I'm about to play some music real quick, though, because I'm about to pull out my laptop charger so that this thingy does not die out on me. Well, hold up.
Hey, yo. It gets fucked up when your own family start calling you up. Shit. Money's the root of all evil.
That it is, cuz.
Family start telling you.
You acting different, nigga. You goddamn right I'm acting different. With all this motherfucking money.
But then when it comes from your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, that shit hurt you to the core, man. When they start acting like something that you ain't never motherfucking seen. You done grew up motherfucking. They gave birth to you. You know what I'm saying? You got raised.
You done played in the park with them. This money thing, this shit'll fuck you up, man.
You gotta watch what you ask for.
Alright. Okay, guys.
You want this money? You sure you
want this fame? You sure you want this power? Hold on. Also, let me see if you ain't shit. Okay. I think that. Oh no! Whoa! A good idea. I'm about to push. Ooh, hold up. I'm about to push this back a little bit. Okay. Awesome. I think I like that a little bit better. Okay. Hey, yes. Okay. All right, we're back for part 2. And by the way, for you guys that happen to be tuning in for this particular camera, thank you so much for still sticking with me. All right, now I changed where I had the camera at originally. I just basically moved it up just a little bit. All right, just so that I feel like you could get like a one more. The camera will catch more of the room, and then it'll also catch more of me. But anyway, let me go ahead. Cut this down. But we will go ahead and move on to the second question. All right, the second question that we have. All right, again, y'all, we still warming up. But it is, which would you rather do? All right. Now, before I go ahead and say anything, this is 4 options. 4 options for this. Which would you rather do? Question. All right. And also, by the way, big shout outs to Sign Up Genius, because this also came from Sign Up Genius. And also, by the way, all of these, all of these videos, I said not all of these videos, all of these questions, yeah, all of these, okay, let me rephrase. All of the questions that I have for like the warm-up period, the warm-up section, they came from Sign Up Genius. So again, big shout outs to Sign Up Genius. But as to the question, without dodging it any further, the question is, which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house? Those 4 options. Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the entire house. All right. Now, I, in my notes, did not answer this question. All right. Although I know I'm going to talk it out. I'm going to talk it out for a little bit. Let me say this. I like doing chores. I like doing chores around the house. Really, the main reason why I like doing chores, I think this, right? I like, some of my most favorite activities that I like doing. I like doing it because, one, I'm able to do them well, but also I'm able to escape and go somewhere within my mind, right? So I'm able, of course, within the actual world, I'm able to be productive, in a certain, be productive within a certain context, within a certain role, or within a certain task. But mentally or emotionally, psychologically, I'm somewhere else. I'm also able to go somewhere else and think about all the other different stuff that I need or want to think about. So when it comes to, so knowing that about myself, it made it somewhat difficult to, I'm not even gonna say made it somewhat difficult. It made the answer be, well, I could choose any one of these things for what I would rather do. But like, knowing myself even better than that, like, by far my most favorite task to do, all right, from top 3 tasks, my top 3 tasks that I love doing, all right, in this particular order, all right, taking out the trash, mowing the lawn, and number one is washing the dishes. All right, I love washing dishes. That is my most favorite thing to freaking do. All right, all time, no hands down. That shit's never going to fucking change. All right, but yeah, no. Again, washing dishes again allows all of okay, you know what? Okay, let me say this, right? Like, one, I could clean, like, okay. I guess I've already mentioned that, like, in doing these tasks, I can, like, I guess it really to best summarize what it is that I had already said, I can exist within the real world and also be and exist within my mental world, right? But like, when I think of like vacuuming the house and cleaning the house, again, for sure, like, I'm able to actually do that while also thinking about other stuff. I guess my thing with those tasks is that, like, even though, like, I definitely like doing them, like, what would probably, like, hold on, actually, let me bring it down so that you guys can see. All right, like this little thingy right here, I probably play music out loud, when doing those tasks, and and it would be awesome, Of course, I'm able to go about. I'll say this: music is definitely important, especially when doing all of those tasks, so it helps in a way that it almost feels as though I'm not really, like, even though I'm doing chores or I'm doing tasks, excuse me, or whatever. It almost, like, the music again helps me think, helps me go to other places, and it almost feels as though I'm not doing those chores. All right, but I guess the difference between washing dishes and mowing the lawn and cleaning the bathroom and vacuuming the house is that, like, for those first two, sometimes for whenever I go to clean the bathroom, but really for those first 2 tasks, like, I have headphones in, and, like, I'm listening to music, through my headphones, and not only that, like, that's when, like, I like, all, like, the reality escape, like, that's when it's at its all-time high, whenever I'm listening to the music, and not only that, the music's hitting, and then, again, I got 101 things on my mind, and I'm elsewhere, and I'm like, okay, this is how I'm going to approach this. This is how I'm going to do that. Blase. I'm preparing myself. Okay, this could potentially happen. This could potentially happen, and a whole bunch of other different stuff. But I'll say mow the lawn is definitely a tough second, because, like, I get a little bit of exercise, man. I get a little bit of exercise. I've never used the lawnmower that you get to, like, sit on and drive it around or whatever. I've always had to push it. And one, there ain't nothing wrong with there's not nothing wrong with either of those types of lawnmowers, but I've always been able to get a little bit of exercise up out of the, out of doing, out of mowing the lawn. So I definitely appreciated it. But again, it's just something about the washing dishes, man. I don't know, man. Hell, I'm Big Daddy Drip for a reason. The drip, water, dishes, it all goes together. It all goes together. So again, man, I'm definitely a dishwashing person. But again, y'all, if y'all agree with me, leave it down in the comment section. Or if y'all feel like I'm talking straight blasphemy, y'all also leave that shit down in the comment section too. All right. But anyway, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna move on to the last question that we have. Again, by the way, it's from Sign Up Genius. I'm gonna keep giving them their shout outs because they held it down. They held it down. But this last question, it might take rather, a short amount of time. But would you rather vacation in Alaska or Hawaii? Right? Now, I had nothing for my notes. All right, but I did know I do know where, like, I guess what I was trying to do, right? What I figured that I would do is that I would, during discussing it, bring up a little map of Alaska, right? Bring up, like a map of some of the sites, right? And I'm not gonna hold you. In my head, I figured that Hawaii would be the spot for me because, like, I grew up in Florida. I've always listen, I spent all 21 years of my life in Florida, all right? And Hawaii is most similar to Florida, especially in comparison to Alaska. So it's like, and not only that, I'm not one of, like, listen, there's those people that you come across in Florida that they hate Florida and they want to get out of Florida, which, by the way, I respect everybody's taste, but they might be smoking rocks or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they own. But anyway, I'm playing around with y'all. That's a joke. But anyway, no. I'm one of those people that I really ride for, and I really rock with Florida, and I rock with all of Florida. So yeah, Hawaii would definitely be it. I think, of course, the beautiful lands. Well, both of them. I think that's what probably makes this. It was supposed to make this a trick question or a tough question. Is that both areas both states have really nice areas within them, but yeah, give me the tropical shit. Give me the sun. Give me the water. Give me the waves. Give me the palm trees. Give me the nice trees. Give me all that tropical shit, man. I'm too, bro. That's just my lifestyle, man. That's been my lifestyle for 21 years, and it's always gonna be my lifestyle, man. I'm a Florida boy. I'm not even gonna say Florida. Yeah, Florida boy, tropical boy, sun boy, water boy to the day I die. And even in heaven, I'ma still be that nigga. I'ma still be that type of dude, man. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with that particular question. All right, and also again, now I'll say this, my bad for not having as much really to speak upon that particular question. But again, you guys, if y'all agree, or if y'all disagree, or if there's anything that perhaps there's for sure a lot of things that I'm leaving out. But for anything that I am leaving out, y'all go ahead and leave it down in the comment section or hit me up in my DM or whatever. Just let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what y'all think. But actually, this is the point at this point in time. This is where we move on to the hot topic stuff, which is that's pretty dope. Okay. I keep saying dope. It's about to turn up a little bit. I do have some interesting. I'll say the first topic that I have is not really so hot topic-ish. It's more so like a bring forth to your guys' awareness sort of kind of thing. But the second one is a little yeah. The second one it calls for a little bit of controversy. But anyway, all right. I know that I had just got through cutting the footage on this particular camera, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again because I do not want for, you know, I don't want for no fuck ups, no mishaps. All right. And not only that too, you know, we going to have the short topic stuff, you know, with the short topic stuff, and we're going to have the, we're going to have the warm-up period stuff, the warm-up period content with the warm-up stuff, and then we're going to have, like, the now that, you know, we got the juices flowing, now that we got the hot stuff, it's bubbling hot up in here. Now we good, you know. Now we done got ourselves into a flow. Now we could go ahead and get to the heavy stuff. All that sort of kind of content is going to be off with itself as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the footage right here. All right, let me go ahead and play the music. Bam, and I will see you guys very, very shortly. All right. Fit on my wrist. I never said it's my shit. Said it was ours, nigga. We gon' ball, nigga. Met a piece in Gasol. Fuck it though, my money straight. Fly than a pilot, I seen it. I seen it. And now a surprise, I didn't even believe it. Hold up, y'all. My heart's getting cold. And the streets getting cold and colder. They said I wouldn't make it no way. I think my heart getting colder. My heart getting cold. Told him I'ma make it one day. But only Lord knows, only Lord knows, only Lord knows. Oh, okay, we back again for part 3. Alright, we might mess around and have part 4. I don't know how long we'll end up taking with these with like the hot, I keep saying hot topic stuff, but like for the, I'll just say in-depth, or, you know, all the stuff past the warm-up period. I don't know how long it'll take, but we here. and again, I always appreciate you guys for sticking here with me and rocking with me, you know, from start to finish. All right, again, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. All right, but let me go ahead and, well, first off, I want to see what song is gonna play next. Jordan. Okay. You made me feel like Tyson Jordan. Tell me yours tonight. And on the floor tonight. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. We're gonna save it for a little bit later. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into, alright, all this other stuff that we have, in which, by the way, right, the first hot topic, the first main topic thing that we have is something that, well, my personal title for it is Happy Birthday to Lil Wayne. Happy fucking birthday to that young, well, not young man. I don't know, why would I say young man? Jeez, the freaking Louise, man. Jeez, that's what I say. He's freaking old. Definitely way freaking older than me, man. He's like 40-something. Yeah, he's 40 right on the dot. But anyway, the actual title of like this article is called Lil Wayne Gets Love from Drake, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, and more on his 40th birthday. All right. So, and you know, Lil Wayne is aging like fine wine, man. All right. But this particular title comes from, well, this overall article comes from Hip Hop DX. All right, and essentially the general overall gist of it, even beyond the title of said article, is that Lil Wayne has spent much of Tuesday, September 27th, celebrating his 40th birthday, and the love has poured in for the New Orleans rapper from many of his contemporaries. All right, between social media posts and 40 messages, between social media posts and video messages sent remotely to Wayne at his 40th birthday party over the weekend, there's been a star-studded cast sending birthday wishes to the Young Money president, for sure, as what should be the case. All right. And the decorated cast of collaborators offering well wishes to Weezy included Kanye West, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, 2 Chainz, Cameron, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg's, NBA Youngboy, DJ Khaled, Janet Jackson, and more. There's a whole bunch more. All right, but I do have a couple. Wait, hold on. Did I already mention Chris Brown? Okay, I did mention Chris Brown because that was one of the. Well, I got like a snapshot. Of course, Chris Brown on Twitter wishing Lil Wayne a happy birthday, and Nicki, of course, you know, she sent the tweet. Now I did happen to catch that. She said in her tweet, "The greatest rapper to ever walk the earth signed me like 15 years ago. Shit, wild." At Lil Tunchi, happy birthday to my friend, my boss, my partner, my idol, my inspiration, my everything. Bam. Hashtag Young Moolah, baby. Let's go. For sure, man. For sure. And the last thing that I ended up getting was actually Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless also, by the way, for those who don't know, Skip Bayless, I think he's actually the main person on the Skip and Shannon Undisputed show. Well, I don't know, co-host, whatever. He and Lil Wayne, they're actually good friends. Just as Shannon and Lil Wayne are good friends as well. But Skip had ultimately stated on Lil Wayne's actual birthday, here's one more pic from his Sunday night birthday bash here in LA, including my wife Ernestine. Details to come in this week's podcast. Happy birthday to the youngest and wisest 40-year-old I've ever known live. You, wait. I think there might be a little bit of a wait. Wow. Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of a typo. It says live you, man. I think he meant to say love you, man. But whatever. It's cool. We ain't got no grammar Nazis over here, so we're not gonna kill Skip Bayless for it. We get the gist. All right. So first off, what I would like to say as well is, again, happy birthday to Lil Wayne. I know that it's definitely like a day late. Wait, September 27th. Oh, so like, damn. Okay. So actually, hold on. My bad. Apparently, I was not even paying attention to what I was reading. I'm definitely for sure. I think I'm late on this one, but either way, still happy belated birthday to Lil Wayne. All right, and also I will echo the same sentiments that Nicki Minaj also echoed or also already mentioned, that the greatest rapper to walk the earth. All right, I'm not gonna hold you. I think, like, I'm not even gonna say I think. I'm gonna say it with my chest out. I believe that Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper on the planet. Not even on the planet. Just the greatest all time. Y'all may feel differently. I know that Tupac was really doing his thing, and so was Biggie. But also at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, Lil Wayne be doing big numbers. Well, damn. I don't think nobody got bigger numbers than Drake, but I think that Lil Wayne's numbers are like okay, you know what? I would be talking out of my ass because I don't have the specific stats to prove this. But I do know the numbers are up there, and he's got a whole lot of hits. All right, this is just off of general knowledge stuff. But as far as that particular claim, the greatest rapper of all time, I'm not even gonna go too far into it. At least excuse me. At least I'm not going to go too far into it to try and talk about it as if it's a debate, because, again, I do not have all the facts on that. But what I will say, though, is that Lil Wayne definitely, again, much love for him, because he was actually my first favorite rapper that I've ever had. And now, granted, it's not like I've had a whole lot since Wayne, but when I was a kid listening to Lil Wayne, listening to Millie, listening to Lollipop, listening to what else? Listening to like a cop. What's it called? I don't know why. I don't think what's it called. That's not the name of it, but I just that song, Like a Cop Car. Y'all know what I'm talking about. To coming up, listening to I Am Not a Human Being, that album, that mixtape, listening to the Carter 4, growing up off of that, bro, just Lil Wayne has got so much shit, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. Carter 4, I think that is the greatest album ever because all of those songs were bangers. Like listen, I enjoyed listening to every single one of those songs. Like, yo, listen, bro, I'm gonna say this, right? Everybody, like, you know, for you know, well, okay, let me not say this as if it's fact. Let me say it for me personally. For many different albums that I've listened to, I found a number of different times where there's a good number of songs that I listen to. Like, let's say if there's 15 songs on the album, like I'll listen to 7 or 8, but there's the other 7 or 8 that I'll skip. Not because I don't like them, but it's because, you know, I have to be in a certain mood to listen to that particular song. Now, for the Carter 4, no. Every single one of those songs I was always, like, listen, I didn't have to be in a certain mood to listen to those songs. There's only one song on that entire album that I always skip, even to this day, and it's How to Love. Like, that song I'll skip. Listen, I even enjoyed How to Hate more than I enjoyed How to Love, but also at the same time, I don't know. How to Love, to me anyways, is an acquired taste. So I'm not even gonna hold that against him. But to me, Lil Wayne had the greatest album that one could have. All, like, damn near, and not only that, all of those songs were bangers. Like, you could hear all of those songs like on the radio. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually like did if all those songs had at some point in time been played on the radio before. But yeah, Lil Wayne definitely got that shit. He's the boss with the sauce. You know, actually no, I'm the boss with the sauce. I can't give him that. I can't give him my shit. But he's awesome. He's very awesome. But yes, no. Either way, still, man. Happy belated birthday to Lil Wayne. All right, he's definitely one of those ones that we gotta look up to. All right, and not only that, for sure, Skip Bayless did not say no lies. Lil Wayne is definitely wise beyond his years, definitely, and it's reflected within his music. Especially, I'm not gonna hold you. The Carter 5, definitely. If at no point in time was it evident before, the Carter 5 is definitely that. It tells you all of that. But anyway, again, much love to Lil Wayne, and also much love to everybody that showed Lil Wayne love, and including all of the artists, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, all the artists that we had already mentioned, plus all the other ones that we hadn't even got to. But also, again, if you guys want to check out the actual article, it is Hip Hop DX. Well, yeah, it's on that particular website, Hip Hop DX. Again, big shout outs to them for this particular article. All right, but we will keep it moving, we will keep it flowing, and keep it going. All right. But the next main topic that we have is the snowball effect of a mess up. All right, the snowball effect of a mess up. That is the title that I gave for this particular this strand or this segment of the podcast. But the actual title for what I wanted for us to talk about is Malika Andrews throws Kendrick Perkins off of her show on live TV for disagreeing with her on ESPN. All right. Now, this particular title is the title of a video, and also this video comes from, and big shout outs to, Dreamers Pro, which is a channel on YouTube. All right. So big shout outs to Dreamers Pro for this particular for this video. But essentially, all right. Now, I'm going to provide like a rough summary of essentially what's happened. What has, within the sports world, because this is sports related. This is sports related, and this is also gender related as well. Within the sports world, something major happened. It really within the as it pertains to the NBA basketball community. This main thing that happened was that the head coach for the Celtics, Ime Udoka, I think, yeah, Ime Udoka, he was found to have had or engaged in a relationship with a female co-worker, also a part of the Celtics organization, and there again, just with that alone, one, the Celtics and I think many other different sports teams within the National Basketball Association and just within sports, just within not even just within sports teams and also just I'm not quite certain just in general in society, but definitely with sports teams, they've got this rule where a person working for an organization cannot have a romantic relationship with another person also working in the same organization. All right. And Ime Udoka was found to have, well, he broke that rule. He broke the rule. And also, but, okay, and also as a result of it, the Celtics, I made my info as of right now may be a little off, but at the time that I happened to come across what I came across on ESPN, on Undisputed, and from Dreamers Pro, essentially they suspended Udoka indefinitely. All right, but they had not, I guess, came to the decision whether or not they were going to fire him, and it was a whole lot of messy stuff going about. But where guys, and for sure we are at a tricky time because one, we're at a tricky time within society because we're reversing certain things that used to be like whichever rights, whichever responsibilities, whichever stuff that the disenfranchised groups such as women and the LGBTQ and other minorities, whichever, like, society is somewhat going about the process of trying to, let's just I'll say, give those groups more rights, more responsibilities, more power, and this is overall is very tricky. Where this has caused controversy is that though Ime Udoka has came under fire, justifiably so, because he violated the rules, all right, it also came out that this particular relationship was consensual. Was consensual. Excuse me. Meaning that again, both parties, the man and the woman, wanted it, even despite the fact that Also, I think Ime is also with me along too, so that's another thing. But that it was consensual, but Ime is the only one getting punished for it. And then not only that, it was just really, really messy because no one, as far as who the specific woman that Ime engaged within the relationship with, that had not came out yet. So that led to many different sources, many different people speculating about it, which made this whole fucking thing, wow, something. Everything just expanded, and everything just went to shit. And then not only that, but of course, with as tricky as it is with the whole male-female dynamic, it just society, it's tricky times. Things got a little testy. Things got a little dicey on ESPN again with Kendrick Perkins and Malika Andrews. And not only that, there's also something that happened between Malika Andrews and Stephen A. Smith. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the audio for between Kendrick Perkins and Malika Andrews, and if need be, I will also try to find some audio for Stephen A. Smith. But allow me, you know, I tried to give as much of a good summary of what happened as possible. But I'm going to actually go ahead and play the audio for you guys so that y'all know exactly, you know, what it is that I'm talking about. But let's go ahead. Let me see. Ooh, my bad, y'all. Hold up. Come on. Hold up. I'm going to move the camera. Oh, no. I meant to click on this. All right. All right, you guys.
Exchange between Malika Andrews and kick him off the show. So for those of you who missed the exchange between Malika Andrews and Kendrick Perkins on ESPN, we want to play it for you guys, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to this exchange here.
I want to bring in our NBA analyst, Kendrick Perkins, into this conversation because, Perk, you played for the Celtics organization. What were your thoughts on this message here?
Well, one, to me, I didn't like Brad comments on this, and let me explain why. Not the fact that he was taking up and protecting the women in the organization, but, you know, he said about the speculations and the Twitter BS and things to that nature, and how unfair it was to the women in the organization that is not involved with this particular situation. And I get that, right? But why is it speculations? It's speculations because of the reports that were put out by the actual Boston Celtics. So they didn't do a great job from the jump of actually protecting the women in their organization, because knowing that they were going to sit up here and give out this information and go out here and suspend Ime Udoka and talk about, just give a little details, it's going to have people speculating. And in my eyes, I feel like the Boston Celtics dropped the ball not only in protecting their entire franchise, but in protecting the women as well. They should have made sure that they crossed their T's and dotted their I's before they put this information out. And I get it. Now we're to this point, and now he had to go on here and he had to say this and he had to say that to protect those innocent women. But at the end of the day, man, it just ain't right how they went about it. The word accountability, okay? Accountability doesn't just go to Ime Udoka, okay? Accountability goes to the other people that played a part in that as well. Let me tell you another thing I didn't like about my good friend Wick Grossbeck and Brad Stevens in this press conference when they asked, is anybody else going to be punished? And they said no. And my whole thing is this, right? These are some of the facts that have been out. These are some facts that I know that, you know, this relationship, one of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
I think that we need to circle back to what Shanae said, is that there was an investigation that was conducted by an independent law firm here, and I think that transparency is what will rule the day here. And so without having all of the information, it is unfair and irresponsible of us to go and to speculate on that, because what we have to...
Well, I'm not speculating. Sure. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
But what we have to go with here is the fact that an independent law firm came in, did this investigation, and the facts that they were presented, they came to the conclusion that Ime Udoka violated a policy that warranted a 1-year suspension, and I share your frustration with the lack of transparency while understanding that there is some things that they need to, from a legal perspective, keep private. But knowing all of that, understanding all of that, we have to come to a conclusion that whatever rule, the conduct that was broken on one side, it is not the same on the other side. I thank you for your perspective.
So for those of you wondering,
Okay, guys. So I'm hoping. Well, I'm pretty sure that the audio, definitely the audio picked up. It caught it on this particular camera. I'm also certain that caught here. Hopefully. But I guess also to do like a rough summary of what was said, essentially, to really break down Kendrick Perkins' response, because this was, again, dialogue between Kendrick Perkins and Malika Andrews. Essentially, what Kendrick Perkins has stated was that the Celtics, by not being as transparent as they could have been, they really created this whole dust storm for the entire organization, and they also created this dust storm for all of the women as well, because, again, a lot of people are going to come about and speculate because, they don't really know all of the information, so that to some degree also throws the women also into the mix. Perhaps that they may catch a lot of fire, they may not, but there's now all of the women are now thrown into the mix, because they don't know specifically who it was that Ime had the relationship with. And also Kendrick Perkins had also stated that essentially, because again, this was a consensual relationship, right? Meaning it took two parties, right? Though, like, Ime, like, it's reasonable that Ime gets punished, but if two people commit I'm gonna save that crime analogy for later. But let's just say two people engage within said activity, so both parties who engage within that activity should be gone. Well, not gone, but, at least there should be something that they both have to answer to, that they both have to deal with. All right. Now, as far as what Malika Andrews, essentially, in summary, what she said, I'm going to try and check my own biases. All right. But essentially, if from what I could gather, it seemed as though she was ultimately stating she also didn't like the lack of transparency. However, whatever it is, whatever that the conclusion is whatever that the conclusion is, and that really Ime is the only person that should be punished, and it shouldn't be applied both sides, or it's not the case, or it's not the same, that whole thing is not necessarily the same application, or shouldn't be applied to both sides, for the other woman that happened to have been involved. Now, I will say this, right? And one, I want to be as fair as possible, and you guys, if for whatever reason, again, y'all, if y'all for whatever reason feel that I'm being unfair, or if I myself am being biased, or again, hey guys, one, we got to have like a logical discussion, right? Logical discussion, right? And we also have to come to, as a group, have to come to a sound conclusion, so that we can move forward. But where I will push back on, because I happen to agree with Kendrick Perkins. I also happen to agree with Stephen A. And which Stephen A. also echoes the same sentiments, essentially, that Kendrick Perkins also, I'm not going to hold you. Stephen A. damn near said the same thing that Kendrick Perkins also said. All right. So again, I will echo what I think. I will reiterate what I think. What I think is, of this particular situation is that whatever it is that happens to happen to Ime, whether it be him being suspended, him being fired, whatever, man, it's always tough, because you don't want to see nobody, take no shit and then get caught up with it. But at the same time, he slipped. And so, hey, listen, if you slip, sometimes the fall is going to be real nasty, man. So you definitely got to walk that line. You got to walk that line perfect. But where I will push back on for Malika is that it's something about it was something about when she mentioned but whichever, essentially she was saying, but said law firm or whichever authoritative group came in and did their own assessment, did their own investigation, and this was their conclusion. It sounded like she was essentially saying that, this group came in and did their own investigation, and this was their conclusion. And if their conclusion was that Ime Udoka, should suffer, well, not suffer, but, should face this particular consequence, then that's the conclusion. That's what it should be. But however, at the same time, it should not be applied to both sides. It's something about that. That doesn't feel very non-biased. That doesn't feel very, I don't know. We're trying to have things be right. That doesn't sound right. Like there's two things that I have to say about that. When I was hearing what she said, one, it doesn't sound right, and then two, it doesn't sound like she's trying to make the right decision. That's what I thought from her response. Again, only because it's easy to, because I'm not even gonna say this about Malika. I'm gonna just say what what it seems like is the people who say, well, this group came in and made this investigation and this is what they found and this is what it should be, are the people who agree, or who are the people who I guess, okay, let me say this. The only people who agree with that investigation and agree with that results or whatever, I think it's just confirmation bias, are the people who always thought that, I guess, okay, how am I trying to, my apologies guys, because I'm trying to frame it a certain kind of way. Okay, for lack, I'm trying to frame it in a general way, but I guess the best way for me to, I'm going to try to frame it in I guess the specialized way, as it pertains to this particular situation. It almost seems as though Malika is saying that because even without the investigation, even without anything, just upon hearing it, she sort of kind of felt like Ime should have been punished, and Ime was the only one who should have been punished, and it's sort of kind of, and not only that, of course Ime should have been punished. The girl should have not even, not have to deal with anything, and that's sort of kind of an issue because, especially with us being in this certain kind of society, listen, I'm gonna just say this in general, not just on the plane, on the plane of male and female or any other genders. I say this in general for take into account any of the races, or take into account any of the disenfranchised groups with the privileged groups. If we are going to redistribute power, if we're going to redistribute benefits, you have to redistribute everything. We're talking power, authority, benefits, but also accountability, responsibility, obligations. There's a whole bunch of things that need to be redistributed, and if it's not a good precedent to set, if Ime does get called up, I don't want anyone to get fired or to get caught up or whatever, but for Ime to be the only one that gets caught up, especially, not only this, it would be one thing if Ime had committed sexual assault. Oh yeah, you're going to have to get Ime the fuck up out of there. Pardon my French. You're going to have to get him the fuck out of there. But if this was consensual, meaning that both group, the male and the lady, both wanted it, then both, unfortunately, if y'all both slip, y'all both are going to have to take the fall. All right, and I mean, hell, oh dang, I was about to mention the whole the crime analogy earlier. Hell, if two people go and commit the murder, both and both of them get caught, you gotta punish both of them. But even then, sometimes, hell, I'm pretty sure there's a number of instances where people done, hey, I guess I'm not going, well, pled crazy or just ratted out on the other person and the other person take the whole fall. But either way, still, if both people done went and did it, then you gon' then you gotta, they both gotta share something. They both have to answer for something. Not saying that they both gotta get fired, but they both have to answer for something. And if we're going to do this thing where we only punish one side, I'm gonna just say this in general. And one, guys, I'm going to keep making this point. If we keep having these situations where things are one-sided, shit is never going to change. Shit is never really going to change. I don't care what is going on in society, because honestly, guys, I'm going to, just speak truly, what I think. Like, again, it's awesome that again, power, benefits, everything is getting, well, let's just say the good things that are associated with the privileged groups within society are getting redistributed. But you have to do the same for all the other the bad shit as well. You got to take the good with the bad. All right. A lot of times people associate the privileged group with the good shit and forget about the negative stuff. You have to redistribute everything. And when we come to these situations where, we're only punishing one side, even though both, I guess there's multiple parties and there's multiple involvements and all this other sort of jazz. It's not setting a good precedent. All this is all essentially what we're doing is whoever it is that got fucked over in the past, that group, they may not be getting fucked over in the future, but essentially you just all the bad shit, all the results, you just handed it to somebody else. All right? And I'll say this, and again, this is a question I'm going to pose to everybody else. If right, everybody talks about equality, everybody's talking about making things right. Well, if we're going to make things right, we need to get rid of shit altogether. Like, not just get rid of bad things for said groups, but get rid of things altogether. All right. Otherwise, if we just simply get rid of the bad things for this one group, it's still in the fray. So someone else is going to end up getting impacted by it. And it seems like this is one of those situations where, they, as Kendrick Perkins mentioned, accountability, like it almost seems like Malika is trying to put it plainly. It seems like this is some feminist shit going on. And she doesn't want for, said woman to have to, I guess, face those consequences, but at the same time, she doesn't mind, Ime facing the consequences, and it's sort of kind of falling in line with what appears to have been made of the feminist movement, which is essentially, they're taking away from the patriarchy, but also, I guess, like, reducing the patriarchy, I guess creating a matriarchy, but also having it as to where all the, like, you could take the power and all the, like, the power, the authority, all the good stuff, but as far as the obligations, the responsibilities, the negative shit, the consequences, we're taking that and throwing that out the window. And again, that's just taking good and not taking the bad, and that's not it. Very seldomly in life, do things only come with good and without the bad. And this, I'm not gonna lie, this Malika Andrews, this doesn't, I'm not gonna hold y'all, it didn't sound right. It just, something about it, it don't sit right. This is not it. This is not it. And again, I will reiterate this one more time. If this was one of those situations where like Ime was found, like if Ime had done, what's it called? If he had committed sexual assault, and not only that, it would have been something as well, because it's just, I get it. The woman, for sure, it shouldn't even be a question as to whether or not, as to if she's going to get punished. She shouldn't get punished for that. All right. Well, even then, that's tricky because unless if she happened to falsely accuse, but you know, I guess this whole, I'm not gonna hold y'all. This whole thing is tricky. But the funny thing also is like the only reason why, I guess another reason why what Malika said didn't sit right is because if said independent law firm had came to a different conclusion that favored Ime and Ime wasn't punished for it, then she would have said something about that, you know. So that's, I guess, it's just, again, overall, it just doesn't. It feels like there's a biased agenda coming in. There's a biased hidden agenda, you know, that was present, you know, in that particular take as well. And of course, this is very dangerous because, you know, you're on live television disseminating this, you know, and it just seems like, you know, more and more society is coming to of the same mind. And what I mean by of the same mind is, again, I'm going back to the whole the privileged group versus the marginalized dynamic, taking away the good stuff, the benefits, but also not redistributing all the other bad stuff. That's got to come with it as well. You know, that's got to come with it as well. Otherwise, all we're doing is just shuffling the deck. That's really all we're doing is shuffling the deck. And honestly, my apologies, since I'm going to call out society as a whole, it seems like that's all really society's focused on. All right, it's not really too much about, you know, making things right. It's just a means of we're about playing this fucking game as to whether we don't want to get hit with said bullshit, but we don't mind if other people, especially people that aren't us, we don't mind if they get hit with the shit. That's how that it seems like this is the large game that society is playing, you know, and it's not right. It's not right. This one, guys, I will definitely, this won't be the last time that I say it. This won't be the last time that I have one of these types of takes, but outside of that, you guys, that's pretty much it. But also, you guys, if y'all have any like thoughts about anything or what I've said, you know, you disagree, you agree, you know, you have your I agree to an extent or disagree to an extent, then yo, please leave that down in the comment section below or hit me up in my DMs. Just basically let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. I always want to get some feedback from you guys as well. So, you know, I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play that music because this is the end. All right. And also, I'm going to hurry up and cut the video because I'm trying to go ahead and make sure that this doesn't cut too long. But anyway, all right, y'all, this is episode number 38 down in the books, and it will be out on YouTube and all the other different podcasting sources or podcasting platforms, you know, real soon. All right, but again, I thank you guys so much. Also, I have 4 GTA 4 videos that I made prior to this, so y'all also please make sure that you go check those out. Also, be on the lookout because come tomorrow, or really today, I'm going to try to do some Web Wednesday videos. I'm also going to try to knock out some more GTA 4 videos as well. And yeah, the content's still going to be coming out, and I'm still going to be doing my thing. So y'all definitely be on the lookout for that. But hey, thank you guys so much for everything. All right, if y'all enjoyed, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. All right, and most importantly, make sure that you stay tuned, stay tapped in, and stay locked in. I will try to do another one Thursday. All right, and also Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So y'all be on the lookout. All right, but y'all already know the juice over here never stops dripping, man. All right, again, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and be easy.